Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. I've just got in on the bus. We'll have to wear this mask, but I don't need to wear it now. Unless there's more than 6 of us. If there's more than 6 of us, I think some people have got to wait outside. So, hope your week has gone well. We've managed to get to Friday. My name is Nick, but I'm sure you knew that already. Last few weeks I've been meaning to go for the Friday walk, but the weather, although it isn't raining at the moment, it's a bit bit on and off. And the main problem really is recording is the wind against the camera. If you've seen any of the other walks, occasionally it gets a little bit worse than at certain areas, but today it's just too windy and it'll be awful. The only other option is to lip sync it in afterwards, and I don't want it to look like a terrible martial arts movie. You might want that, like me. Anyway, so I thought I'd avoid that. So this week we are inside, but fingers crossed, you know, I've been saying this for weeks now. We did a walk a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? So hopefully it gets a little bit better. It's Halloween coming up, so I hope you're going to have a good night there, whatever you're planning to do. Obviously, parties are out with this sort of like rules. It was suggested to me a few times that I should do some special series of videos dressed up as some Halloween person. I'd love to do that. But time-wise, I'm heavily playing catch-up because there was a bit of a spanner in the works this week and last week where I had to cover some evening shifts, couldn't do the live streams, a knock-on effect, had to do more hours, and then I've been trying to catch up the videos here, so I fell a bit behind, but you wouldn't have noticed that because I do that in advance. I sort of like got up, but I won't be able to do anything like a Halloween special, so I apologise. Maybe next year I might be able to. Hopefully I can do some sort of Christmas special, but Halloween is a bit out at the moment because I'm just still catching up. So there we go there. But yeah, have a good Halloween whatever you're up to. Anyway, so what else do I want to talk about there? I'm going to do some shout outs in a moment to people that supported me over this tricky time, so thank you. If you watch the Formula 1, Lewis Hamilton has recently become the most successful Formula 1 driver of all time. Doesn't seem like he's got much competition at the moment, but you can only beat what's there. He's got up to 92 wins, surpassing Michael Schumacher's 91 wins. And if he wins the championship this year, which seems quite likely, it's going to equal Michael Schumacher's 7 times World Championships. And Lewis doesn't look like he's going to give up anytime soon. He doesn't look like he's at the end of his career. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes over 100 wins at some point, sets some unbelievably high total, and you never know, he might become world champion 10 times. So that's going to be pretty boring. And the only chance is that if Max Verstappen gets a decent car and challenges him a bit, but that's not gonna really happen, is it? With Red Bull, yeah. So let's talk about something a little bit more serious and the end of the Earth. Maybe I should have started that first. It might not be the end of the Earth. Occasionally I've reported odd things like this one, but this one seems the most serious. There's a big asteroid out there, 1,000 feet wide, been dubbed God of Chaos. That name's pretty scary already. And they've predicted it's got a better chance than most of hitting the Earth in the year 2068. Well, I'll be 94 by then if I'm still alive, so I probably won't know what's going on. But apparently they didn't think it was going to hit the Earth, and it's accelerated somehow around a planet or something, and it's now nearer the Earth than we thought it was going to be. This same asteroid, God of Chaos, is going to pass by the Earth in 2029 as well. It's not going to hit us this time, but it's going to be visible with the naked eye. That's April the 13th, 2029. So get something in your book. It's not going to hit us, but we'll be able to see the thing. And apparently it's going to pass inside where artificial satellites are and the Earth between those. So that seems quite close. And then 2068 asteroid, when it comes around again, it's going to be closer than that still. That sounds pretty dangerous. But anyway, let's not worry. 2068, you've got time to do various bits and pieces. It's the kids in it, the grandkids, the group. 2068, we'll probably send Bruce Willis or someone up there to redirect it by then. We've got enough warning. But the one problem is, I've only recently discovered this asteroid, I think a few years back. How many other asteroids are there on odd trajectories that we do not know about? You can worry about too much, can't you, really? Sticking with space, I don't know if you follow the news too much, but the space stories always interest me the most. There's water on the moon. It doesn't surprise me, but there's a lot more water than they thought was up there. The surprise is they always thought water was on the far side of the moon, which isn't facing the sun, because it doesn't evaporate, but it's also on the near side of the moon as well. I mean, the Earth's got so much water on it from asteroid hits of ice, it'd be impossible to think the moon hadn't been hit by them as well. So it surprises me not at all that the moon's got water on it. But the main important thing for space exploration is if the moon's got water on it, we can set up bases on there, use that water to then jump forward to go to Mars and other places, set up other settlements. And it's probably a good idea we do that in case the Earth's hit by a big asteroid in the year 2068. How much water? I don't know, but we probably can recycle it. There's probably loads, I would have thought. Asteroids again. Now, when I used to play a game on the Amiga called Frontier Elite 2, there used to be an option where you could do asteroid mining, which I never used to do because it was a bit boring. But essentially, you landed on the asteroid, you mined it a little bit, extracted some minerals and then sold it at the nearest space station or spaceport on a planet. Now there's this big asteroid out there, not on a collision course with us as far as I'm aware. It's twice the width of Wales in the UK, and apparently it's completely metal, filled with different metal components, and it's got so much precious metal on it, it's worth $10 quintillion. So just to get that in perspective, because you probably haven't heard of quintillion, that's enough money to make every single person on the Earth a billionaire. I think that's going to muck up the economy, isn't it? 10 quintillion. So NASA are planning a visit to it. Imagine if someone brought that back. It would mess up the economy straight away. If I brought it back, I don't think I'd be able to find anyone that would pay me 10 quintillion for it. I'd probably sell it at a massive loss. But anyway, I'd settle for a few billion. 10 quintillion. They don't think there's any other asteroids like that out there, but who knows? There might be something made of solid gold. They've already seen a core of a planet drifting around, well, a foul planet made completely of iron. They think it's, of course, that must be worth quite a bit as well. So there we go. Couldn't go for the walk today because of the on-off rain and wind. Hamilton 92 wins, and quite a lot of space news there, so tell me what you think of that. There's always the odd bit I miss here and there. It'd be good to do a, I ain't got time, it'd be good to do a video just about space every now and again with green screens and backgrounds and stuff, but because I work here, my ambition's always too much more than I can do. But we have a bit of fun here, It's trying to get the live streams back and running, which fingers crossed hopefully can be back next week. So for all of this, thank you to people that are supporting the channel there through this tricky time, which is helping a great deal. Memberships, if you want to support the channel, start at $1.99 a month, which is, well, nothing for the amount of stuff that I produce on the channel. If you go to the second tier or above, $4.99, you can get a shout out. Well, I shout out your name, unless you don't want me to, of course, then let me know. And I can shout out any projects you're doing, either online, games you're working on, any outside stuff you're doing as well, or anything that you want me to shout out for a friend, I can certainly do that. So the second tier and above, thank you. Next week, you never know, might be outside this. So Claire Johnson, thank you. James O'Grady, John Roby, Jeffrey Searby, thank you everyone. Martin Rymel, Stuart Laycock, Steve Norman and Lemmy Barnett, thank you everyone. I know a lot of you were in the live streams. It seems like a long time ago we did those, but they will be back and running at some point, hopefully soon. Neil Barrett, thank you. Stephen Q NEUK, thank you very much sir, much appreciated there. Thank you for keeping the faith everyone in this, well, I say quiet time, but the channel isn't quiet. There's still loads of videos going up, but it is quieter than usual. Phil Hill, thank you. Rossi Bossy, working on his amazing games, so follow my Twitter feed, because I retweet a lot of his stuff, so that's coming good. Chono Baggy, Greyholt 2, Jason Holmes and Andrew Gibson. Thank you everyone. And also there's a few of you on the top tier, which is a huge help to try and make me break free, because the ideal thing, whether it's possible, is I don't have to do part-time work, so I'm not hampered with the amount of stuff I can put into this. I went a spell without any work, but it didn't quite work out, although this built up. I've had a few attempts at it. It built up a little bit there, but you know, it's getting the balance. So all these people, superstars on the top tier in space, baby. There's Richard Mitten, thank you. Tom. Jules Munsey that wants me to shout out a site she's working on. It's a different one to before, so get an idea of this one. It's Sinclair Spectrum Memories.weebly.com. I'll put a link up there. It's Sinclair Spectrum Memories.weebly.com. It's a blog that Jules runs. and quite often in those blogs she'll refer back to diary entries back in the time when she first played computer games and her memories of that, in particular the ZX Spectrum. I think it's all ZX Spectrum. Horace is in there and a few others. One last big thank you, but not least, that is for sure, to my friend from Australia, Graham Webke. Thank you, everyone. So yeah, thank you. Pity there is no greenery. Maybe I should buy some plants. So thank you for everyone that's been watching the videos there. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. The intention is to grow and grow and grow without knackering myself out. There's always a balance. Heaps of recorded videos going up on the channel. There'll be a couple of ZX Spectrum ones on Saturday and a couple of videos due on Sunday as well. The members will see a special video which goes up on the Sunday at some point, letting you know the videos in the following week. So all looking good. Have a great Halloween. Sorry I couldn't do a Halloween special with me dressed up as some crazy character from somewhere. But until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, E.
And Jenkin.